everyone, welcome back to my channel. And for those of you that are new here or have found my channel, I am Gwen. I'm a 67-year-old woman of transgender experience, currently documenting the last of my transition. And for those of you that are new subscribers, which I have actually gained some this week, welcome. Hope you enjoy the content. So how's everyone been? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I hope your week is off to a good start. Let's see, not too much really going on in my world. Trying to think, it was before last week's video, or maybe it was when I made last week's video. Our one dog, Whippet, Rocco, he'll be 7 years old in October. He's had some heart issues, and my wife took him to one of the veterinary schools in the state, which is actually, it's a very renowned, well-known veterinary school. And they examined him, and sadly they said his heart condition is slowly deteriorating and he may only have months to live with us. So it really kind of upset my wife, because he's her dog, and we're getting through it. They put him on some medication. He's been responding very well to the medication. The downside is, what we're kind of battling right now is the meds kind of upset his stomach, so he's having some digestive issues, vomiting a little bit. So he's actually supposed to go back for a follow-up tomorrow, so hopefully maybe we'll get some good news. But enough of the sad news. Let's see. Last week we had the 4th of July celebration here in the States. We didn't do too much. I stayed home, I cooked. Had family over, which was kind of nice. This weekend, trying to think. I did running around that time. Oh, I know, Saturday I did finally get to go see the girls for coffee, and it was absolutely amazing. It was great. I hadn't seen them in 2 months, so that was a lot of fun. There was, I think, about 7 of us in attendance, and we got talking about a topic that any individual living in the United States should be very concerned with, and that is the upcoming general election. I personally don't care which part of the political spectrum you fall on, but those on the right side of the political spectrum, there is a group of ultra-rights that are sponsoring something called the Project 2025. And if you have a chance to read it, I highly suggest you do. I've started reading it. It's extremely scary as a trans person. It's extremely scary for anyone residing in the United States that is anything other than white male. It's true that the Republican presidential candidate may not implement the policies, but he has people that sit on the advisory board that were in his previous cabinet, and he would be looking to them to institute these policies if he is reelected president. So I encourage everyone to research it and look into it. It is very frightening. Some of the topics that I gleaned from it is there is similarities to what happened in Nazi Germany during the 30s, which unfortunately could befall our country. So I'm off my soapbox. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I try to keep my channel politically free. Everyone's welcome here, and I'm not out to make political statements. I would rather have people do research on their own. So I really hadn't planned on very much to talk about before I get into it. One of the subscribers last week says, hey, it'd be really great to see you with your natural hair. So I washed it this morning, fussed a little bit. It's kind of frizzy and poofy up here, but yes, this is the real thing. Mostly it's right here is what I like to get it to grow more. I mean, it's barely down to my glasses on the top here. It will. In time it will. But anyways, a topic that happened to come up at during the 4th of July celebration was it was a question that I was asked about how to deal with family members who are not accepting and possibly non-support. Well, if you're not accepting, you're not supporting. You could be accepting and non-supporting, but essentially not accepting. I have a family member who refuses to gender me properly, both in terms of my sex and my pronouns. No, it's not she. This family member does not address me as she, her, more so much he, him. And it's more than talking to my other family members that are accepting and supportive. This family member does not acknowledge me as female and addresses me as a man in my male pronoun or my male name. So even though this family member has stated that they have no opinion on my transition, as someone had said to me, your lack of a decision is your answer. So this is where we stand. And the reason I bring it up is, like I said, someone had asked me how do you deal with family members that are not accepting and or possibly not supporting. If they're accepting and supporting, you don't have a problem. If they're accepting but non-supportive, that's a step in the right direction. I guess, you have to kind of work hard to, I guess, I'm trying to think of the right word is gain their support. But how do you do that? You try to be as nice as possible, and you're always nice and polite to them, and try the best way you can. If they're not accepting, well, you might have to come to a point that you may have to cut this person out of your life. And this is where I am with this current family member. I'm in charge of my own happiness. No one else is. So I want to be happy, and I think I deserve to be happy. So since I'm in charge of it, I am not going to surround myself with individuals that don't support me nor accept me. I mean, why should I have to live my life in pain or fear or trying to hide someone who I'm really not? So, and I know it's hard. Sometimes we have to make that break and remove these toxic people from our lives. That's the hard reality of it. And unfortunately, this family member may not be invited to family gatherings in the future. Any future interactions with them would be extremely limited. It's sad to have to do this, but the unfortunate problem is I don't feel I deserve the disrespect and the abuse that I have taken from this family member. So, anyways, on a happier note, yesterday I had electrolysis, and my technician finally started removing the hairs of my upper lip. Oh my God, I was so happy. Now I'm actually getting to see the end of the tunnel now after 2.5 years. All of this is cleared. I have still remaining, you can't see on it, a tiny little bit here, and maybe less than a dozen here, but it was this big area on my upper lip was still remaining, and I don't say she got half of them, she maybe got a quarter of them, but just that alone, I could tell the difference. And right now, the salon's in their slow period, because it's summertime, everybody's already had their electrolysis on certain areas of their body for the summertime. So she booked me again in 3 weeks. So maybe most of this will be gone, even though you can't see it. I have to get really close, and I'm not going to do that. So that was really, really wonderful. Let's see, the rest of the week, I really don't have anything going on. This Sunday, my daughter and I and a very, very close family friend are going to a pride picnic in one of the big parks in the city, which would be really fun. My wife and I went 2 years ago and had a lot of fun. I don't think my wife is going this time, mostly because of how Rocco, our Whippet, is feeling. I think she probably would rather stay home with him and keep an eye on him. So I don't think she'll be attending, but still, my daughter and I are going to go. We're going to have lots of fun, and this family friend that's going, he's always so much fun to be around. So I got that coming up on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if I'll be able to take any pictures, because I do try to consider people's privacy. Maybe I'll have him take a picture of my daughter and I, which would be kind of cool to show everybody. Let's see, next week I've got next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, I have my pre-surgical consult with my plastic surgeon about the girls. And then right after that, I have a pre-surgical exam that I have to go through to clear me for surgery, which is coming up. Figure it's a month away. Kind of looking forward to it. So that's kind of interesting, which I can kind of dovetail into that. Yesterday I was visiting a friend of mine who also has Whippets, and she knows about me, fully accepting. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. And we were kind of sitting there talking, and I was dressed in, I call it boy clothes. I had on jeans and a t-shirt, mostly because I didn't know how dirty or messy I was going to be. I had taken care of some things around the house for her because she's a widow. And she's looking at me and she goes, "Did your boobs grow?" And I'm like, "Not, I don't know." She goes, "They're definitely larger than last time, and or earlier in the year." And I'm like, "Really?" She goes, "Why is that?" I'm like, "Well, I don't have that down there anymore to influence." I says, "So pretty much the only hormones I have in my body now are estrogen." And she looks at me and she goes, "Girl," she goes, "you're going to be one voluptuous babe when you're all done." And I had to laugh. I'm like, "Yeah, that would be great, but no, I don't think so. I mean, I might be a B cup now. When I have my surgery next month, I'm looking to be a C cup, which I think is going to be very proportional for me. I'm not looking to get extremely large. That's not a good thing. It's bad for your back, and it can be painful. Mostly because my wife went through that when we got married. She was a C cup. After she had the kids, she was a double D cup, and she was in tremendous back pain constantly. And it was very emotionally stressful for her, so she actually opted for and had breast reduction surgery, which she's very happy with. She's back down to about a C cup. So, and since we're about the same height and about the same build, then I get a good idea of what I will eventually look like by looking at her. So, but anyways, so that's next week. It will be after next week's filming. So, but mostly, come next week, I'll be able to fill you in on the picnic and how everything went with that, which, like I said, I'm looking forward to. So I guess that kind of wraps it up for me. Don't have really much else to talk about. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. I hope your weekend is fantastic. And as always, like, share, subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions or things you'd like me to talk about, please, those of you that have been here long enough all know, you put it in the comments section below, and I will answer all comments, all questions, and topics you'd like me to talk about. So again, thank you very much for watching. You guys are the reason I continue to make these videos every week. I love you very much. You're the reason why I'm here making my channel. So with that, again, have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you all right here next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.